Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to take a look at the Archivists Codex faction. So let's get into it. Now you may be watching thinking, whoa, Grim, you already did Korthia, buddy. Why the update now?
Why?
Well, hold fire. There is some logic in my madness. When patch 9.1 launched, we were introduced to Korthia. And in Korthia, we met with the Death's Advance faction and the Keepers of the Secrets of Korthia, the Archivists Codex faction. And just like previous expansions, with this new zone came, of course, the catch-up gear, starting at a decent eye level 200 for your ults, but with the ability to reach 233. Only 6 eye level off of heroic raid gear, not bad. Now to reach the highest item levels requires tier 6. It's worth noting at this point that rep boosts do not work with this faction, so if you've got the Dark Moon buff or you happen to be a human, both are going to be ineffective. Along with requiring tier 6, you also needed Renown 61 and 72. So when Korthia dropped and we were all little lowby Renown 40s, this seemed very far off. But now 61 is in the rearview mirror and we're flying our way towards 80. It's time to take another look at this faction and see how we can gain a little boost to catch up with those already at tier 6. Now we'll assume if you are watching this, you've probably already unlocked Korthia. If you haven't, then just head to Oribus and speak to Bolvir. He will give you the quest to go to Ardenwald and do all that good stuff. If you haven't unlocked Roshar yet, or the Archivist faction, then just head over to the super secret rock. You can see on the screen now, along with the coordinate. Complete that series of quests and you will gain the ability to level up your reputation or tier with the Archivists. So how are we meant to do that? Well, the primary way of gaining reputation is from killing the rares of Korthia, also by looting the treasures. Now once you've collected a load of these relics, you can head back to Roshar, click the little I want to give you all of this stuff I've picked up, and you will gain some research and you will gain some reputation. As you gain reputation, you will be able to purchase certain things along the way that are going to make your life easy. The first one, purchased at tier 2, is the All-Seeing Crystal. This allows you to see a little purple outline around certain mobs, letting you know that they have bonus relics on them. Now most of the time, these relics will give you 1 research per item, but just like gear, relics can go all the way up to epic quality. With the very top few, things like the Azgoth's Tattered Maps and the Displaced Relic will give you 300 research per item. Okay, now is a good time to just quickly jump in here and talk research. Research is the currency of the Archivists, and it is used to purchase items from Roshar, but also to upgrade your Korthian gear. It is worth noting that for every 2 research you pick up, you'll gain 1 reputation.
What did you say?
Yeah. Simple, isn't it? There are certain items that kind of break this rule, and we're going to get into them shortly. Like, now I guess? Along with the relics that you're going to pick up, there are fixed items that exist around Korthia. Each time you unlock a new set, you will be asked to look around Roshar's cave and click the space that item should occupy. Now the first set of items are just littered around Korthia. They require nothing to be purchased from Roshar to be able to find them. So these are the Damaged Talisman, located at 40.5 and 41.3. The Singing Steel Ingot, 61.9, 56.8. The Book of Binding the Mad Witch, which is inside a cave, located at 30.2, 54.9. The Celestial Shadowlands Chart, 45.3, 56. And finally, the Pouch of Ruined Chits. This has no fixed location. It's simply while you're out there in Korthia, looting things, picking up through bone piles and looting chests, you will eventually get this quest. It requires you to gain 20 of these chits These are again found around the various treasures of Korthia. It is worth noting it's going to just put an item in your bag. You need to click them so you can then gain these chits. It's a bit of a pain, but yeah, there we go. I will put, of course, all of these waypoint markers and everything else we're going to talk about will be in the description for this video. So you've collected the previous tier's items, you've gone around and killed rares, and now you have achieved tier 2. You can gain access now to the keys sold by Roshar. It's worth just buying all of them. You will get a quest that will say, buy a key. Don't bother, they only cost 25 research each, so just buy all of them, not just one. These will unlock chests around Korthia, giving you access to various quests. We have Gorak's Claw Fetish, which is inside a cave at 43.3, 57.7. Also inside a cave is the Guise of the Changeling at 41.2, 43.2. Then we have the Netherstar. This is located at 41.9. Little note here, this is actually located underneath the cliffs. Your waypoint may take you above. It's actually on a little ledge just on the cliff below. Also, you will need to run around this area to charge the stuff up before you hand it back in. Then we have, last of all, the Ring of Self-Reflection located over on the little island to the south. You can gain access via, obviously, the mount back at the Death's Advance camp. Once you have also completed further storylines in Korthia as part of your Covenant campaign, you'll also gain access to the hooks, which mean if you happen to be over in that area, you can just click on the hook and jump straight across. No need to go back to camp. But if you're at that far through your storyline, I doubt you need me telling you about Korthia. So, we've now managed to progress onto rank 3. Like the keys of the previous tier, this tier requires yet another item. This time, the Teleporter Repair Kit. These can drop from rares around Korthia, so you can gain access before gaining tier 3. There is a caveat to that, and we'll get into that. There are 2 teleportation pads in Korthia that need repairing. The Chamber of Knowledge, which is 39.4, 52.4. Inside that chamber, you will see a drum up against the wall. This is the Drum of the Death Lower. Now, as I said before, there are some caveats. If you enter into this area at a lower tier, then you may not see the drum. Or you'll see the drum, but the quest won't be available. But also, killing the rare inside this location will give you the chance to get the ever-living statuette. The other location is the Chamber of Wisdom. Now, this is a little bit further south, located at 35.6. Again, there are 2 items located in this chamber. The Sack of Strange Soil. Apparently this is extremely rare and extremely strange, so therefore must be collected. And the other, from killing the rare, is the Obelisk of Dark Tidings. So congratulations, you have reached rank 4 now, meaning it's time to Rift Leap. Okay. Yeah, I asked for that one. Okay, so we need to purchase repaired rift keys from Roshar. Once used on a rift, you'll gain 15 minutes of time to do your work inside this shadowy realm. Now first, we're heading to 60.8, 34.8. We are hunting for the Book of Binding the Tormented Sorcerer. So next we have the Unstable Explosive Orb. Why we want to carry this about, I don't know, but it's located at 51.3, 20.3. This and all the others that we're going to be talking about now in this section are on top of cliffs. We have the enigmatic... It's easy for me to say. We have the enigmatic decrypting device, located at 51.8, 52.5. Finally, the Cipher of Understanding, which I apparently need to just be able to talk properly and understand words, at 28.954. So you've done all this. You've been killing rares non-stop. You've now achieved the ultimate rank. Yes. You are now rank 5. The final Relic stage. Cue epic boss battle music. No, I'm afraid there's no epic boss battles. This requires access to the ancient shrines. So if you've been going around Korthia at all and you've seen those, what look like giant broken swords laying on the ground, well, now you're about to gain access to them. This is done via an account-bound item called the Research Report Ancient Shrines. This costs you 1,000 research, but it is account bound. So once you've got it, all your characters got it. Very much like the tier 2 purple outline. Once you've bought it once, it's available on all your characters. So this is good. If you've ever done the Revendrath jumping game, this is going to be very familiar. So once you've accessed the shrines, it will open a path for you. You need to follow this, and then at the very end, you will gain your relic. So our first shrine is located at 39.4, 42.5. This is atop the giant hill in the middle of the map. It gives you access to the Shadow Slicing Short Sword. Then we have the Lang family wood carving, located at 24.4, 56.5. And finally, the Bulwark of the Divine Intent. This is found on the small island way out to the west. This can be reached by using a goblin glider, running up the chain and then jumping off, but far easier, to be honest, is the use of the grappling points that have now appeared over Korthia if, as we spoke about before, you have progressed within the Covenant storyline in Korthia. So the reason I've just gone through that big list of items, the reason they stand out above all others, is the amount of reputation they give you. Each one of those items will grant you 500 reputation. They are well worth collecting. If you're not sure what items you've collected, there is the most amazing macro for you by the legend that is Dormammu. Yes. Now, I'm not going to put that macro in the description because I'd much rather put just a link to where you can find it so that you can upvote the hell out of that macro because it is really, really good. Outside of these story relics, there are a number of daily events you can also do. Obviously, you can go around killing rares, but there's a little bit more to that. You can also pick up 5 invasive mushrooms, 5 nests of unusual materials, 3 Mawsworn caches, 5 bone chest stashes, 4 rift caches, 5 anima vessels, 1 hellsworn chest, and you can kill 15 of those enemies with the purple outline. You may not know this, but in fact, once you hit those caps, they no longer spawn. So once you've killed 15 enemies with the purple outline, you won't see any more. It's kind of frustrating there's no way to be able to tell that that's happened until now. Yes, thanks to Weakauras, you are able to actually track what you have done and what is still available to do. I will put a link to that Weakaura down in the description because it is well worth using. Because there is nothing worse than wasting your time because you've hit the cap and these items are no longer going to spawn for you. Last of all, why are we doing this? What goodies are actually available to us? Now, I covered a lot of these in the previous video, so instead we're just going to focus on the big ones. So yeah, they are treaties. Relics abound in the Shadowlands. This allows you to gain relics when completing world and daily quests around the Western Shadowlands. So looting treasure chests, defeating rare creatures. These relics grant you bonus reputation with the faction, the zone you're in. So if you're out there hunting down those Paragon boxes, trying to get mounts, etc., this is well worth it. Then we have the Death-bound Shard. This item upgrades a conduit from the lowest one up to eye level 252. Now we have the Season 2 version of Venari's Socket. Yes, this is the alloy warping I mispronounced that? I don't think so. This is like its Season 1 counterpart, allows you to add a socket to the helmet, neck, braces, belt or rings that doesn't already have a socket. Finally, we have 2 research reports allowing you to upgrade your Korthia gear. This is what we were talking about at the very beginning of the video. Now, both of these actually do require you to have tier 6, like the other things we're talking about. We have the Adaptive Alloy, which costs you 4,000 research and will allow you to upgrade your Korthia gear to 226. And last of all, we have the First Alloys, allowing you to upgrade to 233. Now, as I said before, the difference between these two is actually renown. They're the same tier, but the renown required to unlock is different. We have 61 for the 226 gear, and I believe 72 for the 233. Now finally, once you have achieved rank 6, or tier 6 as it's called, you gain access to the supplies of the Archivists Codex. This is basically the Archivists version of the Reputation Paragon box. In it, you will get 3.5 to 5,000 gold, nice, 1 or 2 teleporter repair kits, nice, 1 or 2 repaired rift keys, nice, and a small chance to gain the Tamed Mauler harness, and finally the Gnash Tooth battle pet. Deep breaths. I think I have gone on long enough now. It's time for me to, head back into Korthia and start the grind again. I was bad. I did it every single day and then eventually I let it slip. So, I'm back in there having to start the grind again. But thank you for watching, everybody. Stay safe and I will catch you all in the next video. Laters, everyone. Happy grinding.